Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of TED Xcellence. And we come to you live from our Corona bunker on the moon with Dogcat Fox, a Pepperjack, and joining me this evening, back once again to the wonderful world of off-brand TED Talks, Sinatra Says. So, for those of you out there who have no idea who Sinatra is and what he does, Sinatra, who the hell are you and what do you do?
I'm Sinatra and I do internet.
Okay, what do you know about Lilly Singh?
Oh, a bit. I know that she had a show. It got canceled, didn't it?
Yes, it was called A Little Late with Lilly Singh. She got one season, and most of us watching what little that we did watch of the intros and promos were thinking, it'll be a miracle if this lasts the whole first season without being canceled. But strangely enough, they didn't cancel her, and she got a second season, which I think nobody watched.
Yeah, I made a few videos about it. It was just impressively unfunny.
Not only was it unfunny, but I think it rang in with about two different jokes, as in A, I'm a brown girl, and B, white people are terrible. I think that was basically the crux of the entire show.
You just summed up the entire show.
Yeah.
Now, in 2019, I made history with my late night show, A Little Late with Lilly Singh.
Oh boy, how did she make history? What do you think it is?
First woman TV show host.
Wrong. Joan Rivers, I think. Actually, Joan Rivers might not be the first one, but Joan Rivers definitely predated
Woman
her.
of color TV show host.
That might be true. That might be true for late night TV show. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait for that applause, Lily.
There I was, Lily, the baby born a brown girl, rubbing elbows or at least time slots with comedy royalty. And I got to give a huge shout out to NBC. I remember when this show came out. I remember all the articles because...
Really? You remember when your show came out? God, what an effort on your part.
They looked practically identical. Bisexual woman of color gets late night show.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that part. Because it's completely irrelevant to me. That's right. Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder where all those publications were getting their copy notes from. It wouldn't be NBC's marketing department, would it? What?
I almost legally changed my name to bisexual woman of color because that's what people called me so often.
That was your that was your sales pitch. Are you kidding? Oh, like it just came out of the ether. Oh, I guess I just have to deal with this description I've had laid upon me. Did you watch any of your show?
And as strange as that sentiment was, I thought, okay, the silver lining is that we'll finally get a different perspective in late night.
Yes, because as you know, everyone, perspectives are based on genitals, skin color, and sexual orientation. If you do not have, or if you are particular genitals, sexual orientation, skin color, you only have one perspective. There's no way that anyone else on the planet has a different perspective who looks the same. And so Lilly Singh, as compared to every other late night host, has a completely new and fresh perspective. That's why her show only lasted 2 seasons.
A little bit of melanin, a dash of queer, a different take on things. Let's do this.
That's you just saw like 3/4 of her first season right there.
I got nothing.
I really don't either. Yeah.
So, I took my seat.
Took your seat? I thought they gave you a show. Okay.
Now, unfortunately, the budget wasn't based on the importance or significance or historic nature of the show.
Are we going to start pushing around some blame?
I don't even know what to say to this, honestly.
I'm trying to think for a second. Gosh, how huge a production budget did Mr. Rogers have? How huge of a production budget did Bob Ross have? How long lasting how many seasons? How long lasting? How iconic are shows that don't have giant budgets but have quality entertainment? I'm
gonna blow your mind. A lot of that was based on the personality of the host,
not
how they could visually make it look.
No. What? It's about the graphics, dude. I mean, dude, it's about blast processing. If you don't have the budget, because obviously they didn't appreciate the historic nature of her just existing. Okay, so what blame are you pushing around now?
It was based on the 1:30 a.m. time slot that we had.
I'll take a 1:30 a.m. time slot. Hell, I think anybody. So how much more ungrateful are you going to sound?
It doesn't matter what the time slot is. You're not doing the show live. It's pre-recorded.
Yeah. A good comedian doesn't need a giant budget. They need a stage and a microphone. But okay, now what?
So to say the budget was small, the writing staff even smaller, and to do the first season, I had to shoot 96 episodes of late night television in 3 months.
Let me ask, were you treated differently than anybody else who has held that time slot and had that contract deal before?
Ooh.
To put that into perspective, that is shooting 2 to 3 episodes a day.
Yeah.
Versus the network standard of 1 a day, maybe 2 on Thursday.
What? All right, so wait, they were breaking labor laws for you?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, you should have a lawsuit up the yin-yang for that, huh? So is that what happened? They were breaking the rules to work you harder than you should have been? Well, why did you agree to do a second season? If they were... Yeah.
We did it all with a writing staff of about half a dozen writers versus the network standard that's about double that.
You were a late show. You're being given a chance. I mean, can you tell that the network was like, we're doing this for the PR? I mean, I'm not going to make any bones about it. I mean, Lilly Singh did not get that job purely on talent, obviously. And the network did not give her that show because they're really excited about it. They did it so they could say they could do it. And if she did take off, maybe they'd move her time slot. So there was a lot of cynicism going on around here. But she's acting like she's a victim for the opportunity.
Words cannot explain to you how exhausting, emotionally and spiritually challenging that was.
Gosh, I hope your millions salves that wound.
And I started to feel like, I think this chair is a little wobbly. Now, I think we can all agree that the beauty and magic of late night is its timeliness. Now, you know that no matter what's happening in the world, you can turn on late night television and hear all about it. But when you shoot 96 episodes in 3 months, you kind of lose that magic.
You signed the contract. If you didn't like the terms, you should have said no.
Yeah, I mean, you were perfectly able to not sign anything.
Yeah. Or you know what you could have done? You could have gone on that and say, hey, instead of trying to do 96 shows on this budget, how about we cut the budget by a quarter and I do a daily show sort of thing like John Oliver with a desk and a camera? How about that? Because if that's what you wanted to do and the network still wanted to have your marquee 3 adjectives up there to make them look good, why not do that? Or was this contract you signed and this the deal that you wanted?
I was the only show talking about hooking up, partying, cuddling, traveling in front of a live audience during a literal global pandemic.
So?
What?
What does that got to do with anything?
She was doing her job during a pandemic.
Yeah, she was doing what she signed up to do and what she was paying to do.
Now, still, I thought, if the budget doesn't celebrate the historicness of the show, then the creative can. I can bring some much needed spice to late night.
What makes you think that your show deserves more budget?
Evaluate for me the value, or I should say, what is the value of historic? What do you think you should have gotten? I guess. She hasn't told us what their budget was, so I have no idea.
You probably can't.
That could be it too.
I would receive notes like, don't be so loud. Don't be so big. Don't be so angry. Smile more. And my all-time favorite,
X.
Don't over-index on the South Asian stuff.
I don't believe for a second she got a note that said, you should smile more.
So in season 2, or in later episodes, you never talked about any of that stuff then?
After all, everyone else at the table who's been sitting there for years people are used to them. I might be a little jarring to audiences.
Could we slather on the victimhood any thicker here? From a multi-millionaire, someone who makes tens of thousands of dollars a month simply on ad revenue on videos that are years old now. Lilly, what are we supposed to be doing here? Are we supposed to be praising your success or feeling sorry for you, or both at the same time? Is that it? Is that the combination?
I think that's it, yeah.
I'm still waiting for either the point of this presentation or the guidance you're going to give to somebody else on how to overcome these terrible obstacles of not having a studio budget that reflects the historic nature of you existing.